It's no secret why New York is called the city that never sleeps. With countless stores, restaurants, museums, galleries, and more, there is no shortage of things to do in New York City. Whether you're visiting with friends, a significant other, your family members, or kids, you're sure to find plenty of fun things to do. So here in this video, we will discuss some of the top things to do in New York City that you really shouldn't miss during your trip. But before starting the video, be sure to smash the like button and subscribe to never miss out on any of our videos. Number 10. Central Park. This park museum, park concert hall swallows central Manhattan, and many of the city's most notable attractions are situated next to it or within its limits. The Guggenheim, the Metropolitan Museum of Art, and the American Museum of Natural History, to name a few. But travelers insist that you shouldn't just pass through the Central Park on your way to another place. This 843-acre green space is a favorite of New Yorkers and tourists. You can come here to exercise, dine, go to the zoo, and more. Number 9. Statue of Liberty. America's most iconic site, the Statue of Liberty was France's gift to America. Built in 1886, it remains a world symbol of freedom. It's one of the top attractions in America. It's one of the world's largest statues, standing just under 152 feet tall from the base to the torch and weighing approximately 450,000 pounds. You can see the statue from land with particularly good views from the Battery Park on the southern tip of the Manhattan. However, to truly appreciate the Statue of Liberty, the best thing to do is to take a short boat trip to the Liberty Island and see it up close. Take a pleasant stroll around the base, and if you have reservation, enter the pedestal. The crown remains closed as of writing. Number 8. Empire State Building. The Empire State Building is one of the New York's most famous landmark buildings and key tourist attractions. The 381-meter-tall, 102-story building was the tallest in the world until the first World Trade Center tower rose higher 41 years later. Topped with a mooring mast for airships, the Empire State Building immediately became a landmark and a symbol for NYC when it opened in 1931. There are actually two observations atop the Empire State Building, but both offer stunning views. On clear days, you can see up to 80 miles, looking into the neighborhood states of the New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Connecticut, and Massachusetts. Number 7. Grand Central Terminal. At this beautiful train station, you can eat some lunch, shop till you drop, but recent travelers most enjoy just taking in the scenery. Before you enter, be sure to snap a few shots of the ornate Buick Art's new classical architecture outside. Inside the celebrated main concourse, you are treated glimmering marble floors, gold and nickel-plated chandeliers, and a sky-themed ceiling. Food options range from the upscale to the legendary to the fast and easy. As mentioned, there are also plenty of shopping options, though most travelers suggest you leave most of the Grand Central's pricey merchandise in the store. If you want a train-themed souvenir, visit the New York Transit Museum store in the Shuttle Passage. Number 6. National September 11 Memorial and Museum. The National September 11 Memorial and Museum serves as the primary tribute to the nearly 3,000 victims of the 2001 terrorist attacks, as well as the 6 lost in the 1993 bombing. The memorial twin reflects poles and man-made waterfall rest as aerial footprints where the World Trade Center's Twin Towers once stood. The 1-acre poles are enclosed in bronze panels on which the names of every victim are inscribed. The museum spans across 110,000 square feet and relays the narrative of the attacks through a series of multimedia displays, real-time recordings, authentic artifacts, and an interactive table. Number 5. Metropolitan Museum of Art. No museum in the United States is as celebrated as Metropolitan Museum of Art, spilling over with masterpieces from all over the world, including notable collection from ancient Egypt and classical antiquity. The Met is an art experience unlike any other, and like much in the New York, it's impossible to see all the museum has to offer in one day. If you've never been there, then you should definitely visit its permanent collections. If you already visited the Met a time or two, then plan your next trip around the semi-annual exhibits by the Costume Institute or head to the Met Cloister, an offshoot museum that's dedicated to the medieval Europe's art and architecture located in Fort Tyrone Park. Number 4. Bryant Park. USD south of Times Square lies some of the most beautiful 4 acres in Manhattan, Bryant Park. Though its lush green spaces existed for more than 150 years, Bryant Park was a revitalization project of the 1990s that made it a sanctuary of locals and tourists alike. This is the preferred place for Midtown Manhattan professionals to come eat lunch, for fashionistas to stretch during Fashion Week, and for performers to showcase their talents during Broad Day in the Bryant Park and Piano in the Park. You don't need a pre-planned event to enjoy the Bryant Park. You could simply come here to enjoy the scenery or use the free Wi-Fi. Recent visitors do offer a few suggestions though, like stopping in the New York Public Library, ice skating around the pond, or riding on the French-style carousel. Number 3. Patrick's Cathedral. This sprawling cathedral sits amid the hustle and distinctively secular bustle of Rockefeller Center, but that doesn't take away from its otherworldly vibe. Whether you are religious or just making an architectural pilgrimage, you can't help but be impressed by St. Patrick's. Travelers love the small historical church's beauty and stained glass windows but say you don't have to carve out too much time to see it. Previous vacationers also suggest visiting at Christmas time to really see the church in all its glory. Number 2. Rockefeller Center and Top of the Rock Observation Deck. This iconic plaza has it all: beautiful sculptures, an enormous skating rink, a fishbowl view of the NBC studios plus hordes of stores and restaurants. Though undoubtedly there will be intense crowds, this is an experience that's worth having at least once. During the wintertime holidays, the plaza sparkles with an illuminated Christmas tree and scatters gliding across the ice rink. But don't fret if your New York adventure does not take place during the cold months. There's plenty to do year-round. If you plan ahead, you can spend a morning watching a tapping of the Today Show, an afternoon observing the city from the Top of the Rock Observation Deck, and evening catching performance at Radio City Music Hall. Number 1. American Museum of Natural History. Visitors love the American Museum of Natural History off Central Park West. Whether you are exploring interactive exhibits on the land, the sea, or outer space, User Reviews takes on the common theme: this museum is incredible. Even the cafeteria and gift shop are worth your notice. There are approximately 32 million artifacts inside, spread across 4 city blocks, 25 buildings, or through 45 exhibits halls, so don't even plan on seeing everything in one day. Thank you guys for watching. If you want more videos like this, make sure to like the video, hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you in the next video.